recording. Point and shoot. You can zoom in and out.
Where's the zoom in and out?
Use that listen. Oh, yeah.
Tell Adam to say hi. Hang out with you.
Yay!
Hey, you want to hang out? I gotta say something. So stay here, okay?
Y'all forgot. My name's Bob. This guy's name's Chad.
Dad saved my life.
There's like 4 people here that haven't seen the movie yet. And I want to give them all a hand. I think we need to give the people that have. I want everyone that has seen the movie already to give everyone that hasn't seen the movie yet a hand. Right now. Look at that. All right. I want everyone that's never seen this before to stand up. All 7 of you, tops. Wait a minute. What do we got here? Well, we got a whole row. No, come on. You just lips. You can sit down, dude. You lived the movie, goddamn. You don't count. All right. So yeah, we did get some new people here. Serge, good to see you. Sergio's in from New York. It's a fucking raucous crowd, and thanks for coming. I'll shut up now. I'm sorry. Did you have a movie? You did a movie? Okay, go ahead.
Well, I want to say some not funny shit, but some heartfelt shit to this woman over here, and a big thanks to Mia Ceballos, who's videotaping for us. Please, yes. We don't even know why yet, but we just did this tour.
Just trust us.
We just did 2 tours for 5 weeks, and Mia was our anchor here in Austin, sending out press and screeners and helping us do everything, and we couldn't have done it without her, so I fucking love this lady. We do have some door prizes, though. First question gets one right. Oh, wait, we have some things
Get out
we
of
need
the
to do,
rock
right?
opera! First question.
Oh, there it is. Bam, right there. Russ Lopez has been doing his homework. Come on, Russ. Now we got a lawsuit.
Hey, also, we have another door prize that comes later. Our friend Jim James texted him.
It's the best question in the whole thing. Gets the book, I guess, later. Yeah, you took the shitter, so you're stuck with it.
Now this, I've seen this.
So we're gonna call our. Do you want to tell them about Jim James?
We're not even going to ask any questions.
Let's do some
Straight
questions
to Jim
first.
James.
I don't
Does
know.
anyone have any fucking questions? Bruce, I know you're here, but yes, 8 touchdowns, Bruce. The answer is 320 yards, 8 touchdowns. I don't want to hear it. No, what?
Okay, hey, now you're back in town. What's your plan for your life now?
It's a good question you asked there, Bruce, and it's funny you would bring it up. But I quit selling weed when I left for the last trip, and I'm hoping that there's not some. You know how shit's just pending. You know, it's like there's ongoing investigations and shit, and they're wrapping up, tying up their loose ends. So I have no idea what's going to go on with that. But I removed myself from criminal activity somewhere. When did we leave?
Well, in New Orleans.
Well, okay, okay. So, yes.
40
Okay, so
days, 40
I
days
sold
ago.
like about 4 more QPs over the phone while we were out of town, but that was just stuck at my house. That, you know, that doesn't count. Since I've left Austin physically, I haven't been involved in any drug dealing here, and I don't have anything to worry. I'm kind of paid up for the next couple months, and I'm really just trying to. I'm focused. Shay doesn't want to leave town. Is what it comes down to, and I'm going to get him through this school year, and hopefully nothing comes down the pipe badly. And I'm just going to try to get a real job and stuff. You know, why would you ask me that, Bruce? Are you on your fucking high horse now? How long did it take you to get on the fucking high horse? Like 8 months or some shit? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, dude, I don't know. I quit selling pot, you know, and I don't have a fucking job, as you well know. I haven't had one since last March or some shit, and I didn't even get one. But right now I'm fine. Right now everything's fine for the next couple months, and so we can all relax, including myself. We can relax for a month or 2, and let me find a fucking job, and I'm just gonna move on with the rest of my life. That's what I'm doing. And thanks for asking, Bruce. Right now, you're in, like, fucking #1 in line for the book. Anyone else?
In the back.
When I first met you and Adam, before any of this, and Adam was pitching the movie, and I asked him what it was about, he said it's like a Corvette going 180 that hits an old lady, jumps the curb, and gets away. Do you think this is that? I mean, was this that movie?
Man, Trav, he actually lost all the shit we shot for that. First of all, that was Adam Raposa's biggest mistake he's ever made in his life. He's done a lot of good things, and we're going to get to Adam because he was in the movie, and I think he did a really good job in the movie. But he lost all of that fucking footage of everything we ever did when we were working with you. It was ACTV? Yeah, when we were working over there. Bob knows it's a fucking tragedy. He saw how ridiculous some of it was, and if it had been around, it would have worked its way into this. But we lost all that stuff. He moved. He became a lawyer and shit. I'm not going to say what he turned into a lawyer from, but he turned into a lawyer, and in the whole process of that happening, he lost that footage, man. And I do feel like this is a continuation of what we thought we were going to do, but I just kind of, I had,
Well, I loved it.
Bill was never, we didn't know what the hell we were doing. I even remember when we tried to get you involved in it and shit. Yeah, it just, it was funny, and I'm glad, I feel like that this is in some ways a finish of that, because he and I both made it in it, and even when Bob was filming it, Adam was such a dynamic character on his own that Bob will tell you there was times, he was like, maybe this can be about several people. I was like, oh yeah, it's a great fucking idea. But anyway, it was in its way, and I'm glad that you remember that, because that's a rarity that people don't remember. But Adam and I have been wanting to do something like this for a long time.
It's excellent.
What was the most interesting or unusual thing that happened while you were touring with this?
You go first, man. West Coast and East Coast combined.
Oh, shit.
I mean, obviously, the first thing that comes to mind is Jim James from Boston, just because that whole scene was funny.
Plus, you want to cue up his latest.
Plus, we have this. All right, I will just go with that. We didn't have a place to stay in Boston, and so we were getting desperate. Neither of us know any fucking human beings that live there, and so we decided. Chad posts on Craigslist, but not in the sex part. Well, no, in the sex part too.
In the sex part, but it clearly designating us as guys that like girls. Okay, that's the point.
But also in the artist services part or the strictly platonic part.
Yeah, that's not where Jim James found us, Bob, so forget about that.
But this dude finds us, Jim James, and he was real sweet. He was a darling, actually. And we have a message. He just called us a minute ago. Left us a message. I haven't heard it yet. So we can all listen to it and gamble and roll the dice, and it can suck or it can be pretty funny. But basically, we go to Jim James's house, and the front living room's empty, completely empty. Like either,
Murder house.
And then the office is immaculate, the bedroom's immaculate. Like, it doesn't seem really lived in. There's no food in the fridge. There's 50 beers. There's no food. There's no food in the freezer. There's just vodka. There's no food in the pantry, but there's some, there's some whiskey that he was really trying to get us to drink that had already been opened and half drank, so who knows, Like, don't drink the beers, drink the
Lots
whiskey.
and lots of Jello,
It's about 20 boxes of Jello.
Yeah.
Only fucking
only
food in
food
the house.
item in
The
the
whole
house.
And that front room starts to look like either an orgy or a murder room.
He was going to lay down the plastic.
Or both.
Yeah, either way, he's laying down the plastic.
So we stayed there.
I'll take over now. This is the cutest fucking thing you'll ever
I'll
believe.
cue up Jim James.
So I'm so fucked up, I don't even care how bad this guy wants to fuck me, right? I am passing out on the couch, and the dude's right there. Like, he's got one room for me and one room for Bob. Bob, we're kind of trying to move in.
From the get-go.
He's talking to me and shit, and I'm like, it's over. And he brought me a Heineken, and it was already open, so I didn't touch the motherfucker, right? I made sure I passed out with it where it wouldn't spill on me. I was like, just fuck it. There's nothing I can do. I'm going to pass out. And Bob, I was like, and then Bob's going to go in his room, and who knows what's going to happen. I woke up in the morning, and Bob had brought all this stuff in right next, not with me, but like right next to me on the floor, and he was curling, like he had slept there.
Conquer, man.
He had slept there with me all night. He had slept next to me all night and protected me. And I just thought that was the sweetest thing in the world. So he and I, this guy, see, he and I differ on this. This guy took us in.
What do you mean differ?
Took us in. He was willing to take us in for 2 nights. Now, granted, we couldn't make it back to his house the next night because I was so fucked up because some cop from New Orleans called me and interviewed me about raping some girl in New Orleans, which I didn't do, and that's all behind me now. But I got so fucked up in Boston just thinking about that shit. I was like, look, we can't make it to his house. So we slept on the street. We didn't even stay with him 2 nights. He was willing to take us in 2 nights in a row. Bob thinks he's a laughing stock. Because what? Because he finds us attractive, and that makes him a butt of your jokes.
I think it's cute as hell he wanted to suck our penises.
He invited Bob to sleep in the bed with him. He was like, he set up a division of pillows. He was like, I got pillows here, and I'm used to my dogs usually sleep in the bed with me, so it's no big deal. He laid out this whole thing. Anyway, dude, Jim was like, he took us in. He was like the good Samaritan of our trip, and I just think you're going the wrong way with this, man. But when you play the message when you cue it up. But are there any other questions we have until then? Susan.
Did y'all record the tour? Is it going to turn into another
We got a lot of video footage, and we took it to the Independent Film Channel, which is now just called IFC, and they said, "Hey, fuck you in your movie. Now suck a fucking dick." And so we're sort of rethinking our strategy, and we're gonna go at it at a different angle next time. But yeah, we do have a lot of great footage from the movie, and we have a great fucking idea for a TV show we could do.
Are you ready? I found Jim James.
This is like a
I'm telling
crucifixion
you,
here.
he's a
You're right to
fucking
leave, Heather. You're absolutely right, Heather. I agree. I'm leaving with you.
Don't hear that?
Sweetheart.
This is disgusting, dude. Don't do this, dude.
Hey, he's gonna offer
This is a
both of us a
fucking
place
fall
to
from
stay.
grace, dude. That is a fall from grace. Alright? Jim James helped us the fuck out, and I think he's a great guy. Are there any more questions? Come on now.
She asked, hey, let me just say, for one thing, after that fucking diatribe,
You
they
made
paint
fun
as
of
a
me for
hater.
believing on
She
God
asked-
on the
she asked
fucking
what was
blog.
the most awesome time that we had, and it was Jim James.
It was? Yeah, you're right. But I saw you take it as a segue. I don't know, man. I don't know. The best time I had was the rape interrogation on the phone in Boston. No, seriously though. But it was cool. He even told me on the phone, he's like, "Look, dude, I just have to, this is part of my job. This is bullshit." It was great. It was great, you know. He said I'd never hear from him again, and lo and behold, I haven't.
Jim James?
No, well, both of them. Both of them, pretty much.
Anybody else
Vernon
have any
Haynes
questions?
and Jim James. Yes, De Leon.
Yeah, look how long the last one made us talk. I don't blame you.
Anyone want to know anything? Like, where are we going? Bruce, where are we going, dude? Your house? Anyone got any ideas? Surely we don't have to. No? Everyone going home? Who's not going home? I want to see if anyone's not going home. No? So what are y'all staying here? Slumber party or what is this? Slumber party. Fuck yeah, dude. Cue it up again. No. All right. Well, I'm glad you all came out. You know, especially the new people. You know, you and you, both of y'all. I'm sorry.
Right here.
You know what? It's funny because we usually try to sell the fuck out of this shit,
Yeah?
and we owe a lot of money on it. And so there's copies of the movies, the posters. The book goes to the. What was the one I already said earlier? Goes Bruce. Bruce gets the book. And did you win in a fantasy football night, Bruce? You know I still got shit in reserve, right?
You got so many people playing.
Come on, Bruce. Fuck you people, alright? No, what I meant to say is there any more questions? What do y'all want to go do? What are we all going to do? Is this it? Is it over? This is where it fucking ends? Are you serious? All this fucking way and it fucking ends now? And this is it? I'm just going to walk the fuck out of here? Come on! Somebody say something. Jill, look at me. 20 years, babe. What the fuck? Heather, come on. What? You're back. Chat. Come on, dude. No? Nothing? Bruce?
Adrian
Bruce.
Peterson needs 50 points.
Hey, you know what? You know what I didn't want to say, Susan? I'm glad you stuck around. That's why I asked you to. Will's in here tonight also, and y'all didn't even ask this fucking question, but I think this is I actually think this movie, above everything else, is about parenthood. And, you know, I'm not as bad as a parent as I may seem in the movie, but I went through a lot of changes during that time. And, you know, I bring that up because Will has kids. His kids aren't in the movie, but he agreed to be in the movie. Adam has kids. His kids aren't in the movie. He was in the movie. We all, I think, did a good job, and it was parts of times in our lives where they were changing because of kids. And I think it is a strong parenthood movie and a family movie. And I want y'all to know that. You too. Just you two. This is for y'all too. And I want the rest of y'all to be like, oh, I wish I had kids. And that's the thing. De Leon's got kids. All y'all got kids. I think this is a good parenthood movie, and I'm glad you finally got to see it, Susan. I think Adam did a great job in it. Will, you know I love you. And yeah, it was a parenthood thing. Right, Ryan? Everyone out there, the parents? Yeah. The kids, everybody. Yeah! And let's go fucking party now. Let's go party now, and I'll wreck into a kid on the way home. All right.